Right then, no messing about. Morgan, this book, Sapiens, it has messed with my head, I ain't gonna lie. This fella, Harari, is basically saying, this 20 quid note is just a piece of plastic.
Right?
The only reason it gets me a large mixed kebab is because we're all in on the same joke.
It ain't a joke. It's the biggest story ever told, bruh. Think about it. Not everyone believes in the same god or the same country or even the same football team. But a fella in a London cab and a fisherman in Vietnam both believe that a dollar is a dollar. That's a proper superpower.
It's a superpower built on nothing.
Well,
He talks about how we used to trade barley. At least you could make a beer out of barley, mate. Then it was what? Cowrie shells from some beach? Now it's just numbers on an app. We're literally trading air. How is that not madness?
because it works. That's the genius of it. You ever tried paying for an Uber with like 3 chickens and a bag of potatoes? No. It's about trust, not you trusting the driver.
Okay.
It's you trusting that the driver trusts that the bloke at his Tesco Express will trust the money he gets. It's a massive chain of trust between total strangers.
A chain that can snap though, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
The minute we stop believing, this 20 quid note goes back to being a fancy bookmark. It's the ultimate confidence trick.
Or it's the operating system for human society. You can't build a city or an empire by bartering.
Right?
This shared idea, this financial fairy tale, it lets millions of us work together without having to be mates. It's what separates us from chimps flinging poo at each other.
All right, you sound like his agent. But let's bring it to today.
Okay.
If money is a fairy tale, then what the hell is crypto? That's not even a fairy tale. That's like some mad fan fiction written on the dark web.
Oi, easy, but you're not wrong. It's the same principle,
Yeah?
just with a different main character. With pounds and dollars, we're told to trust the government and the banks, right? We believe in the suits and the big buildings.
Exactly. And as dodgy as they are, they're at least there. You can go shout at a bank. Who do you shout at when your Doge Elon rocket coin goes to zero? Your laptop?
That's the whole pitch, though. You're not trusting people anymore. You're trusting the code, the maths.
The maths.
Harari calls Bitcoin a currency of distrust because it's built for a world where you don't trust the government not to print a billion new notes and make your savings worthless. You're swapping trust and flawed people for trust and flawless maths.
Flawless maths written by some phantom called Satoshi Nakamoto who no one's ever met. It sounds like a cult.
Well,
And look at how people act. It's pure FOMO. Your cousin's mate buys a Lambo after putting $1,000 on some coin with a dog on it, and suddenly everyone's chucking their life savings in. It's not investing, it's a lottery ticket powered by group hysteria.
it is group hysteria, but so was the stock market. So was every gold rush in history.
Wow.
Crypto just lays it bare. It strips away all the nonsense and shows you what money really is at its core, a story. The price of Bitcoin is just a measure of how many people believe the story that day.
So it's the purest form of money.
Yeah,
It's just belief with a price tag.
exactly. It's a global, real-time experiment.
Right.
You can create $1 billion asset out of thin air just by getting enough people to believe in the tech and the story behind it. The answer, so far, is yes. It's nuts, but it's happening. But what's the story even? Number go up. The story is freedom. The story is the future. It's getting in early. It's taking power back from the banks. These are powerful stories, man. People will bet the farm on a good story.
Serious. Harari talks about the dark side though, when money's just a story.
Yeah.
When honor, loyalty, family, suddenly they all have a price. Yeah, I'll snitch on my brother for the right price. Crypto feels like that on steroids. There's no morality, just profit.
That's the risk with any money in it. It turns everything into a transaction.
True.
But crypto just puts a spotlight on it. It forces you to ask the question, what do you actually believe in? The queen's face on a bit of polymer or a line of code on a global network? 10 years ago, that question was a joke. Now, it's a serious financial choice.
Mad. So for all the people listening, thinking about getting into it, what's the play?
Simple. If you want to start investing in crypto, use a proper exchange. Check the link below. Do your own research, obviously.
Right.
But more important than that, understand what you're buying. You're not buying a stock. You're not buying gold. You're buying a ticket to a story. And you're betting that more people are going to want to buy a ticket after you. Don't bet more than you can afford to see that story have a bad ending.
Sober. It's all just one big act of faith.
Always has been, mate. Always will be.
Now, here's a question we'd like you to think about. If you had to create a new form of money from scratch tomorrow, what would you base its value on? Not a physical thing, but a shared story or belief. What story is powerful enough to make the whole world trust it? Drop your answers in the comments. We'll roast the best ones next time. If you want to start investing crypto, you can sign up the link below. Copyright by thebigshort.net. Laters.